everyone, happy Monday morning. This is Carol Williams with Williams Immigration, and we are back for another Monday morning edition of Beyond the Soundbite, where we talk about all things U.S. immigration and what has happened in the previous week or so. So, y'all know I like to dive right on in. The first thing I want to talk about is traveling into the US. As of yesterday, Sunday, June 12, 2022, international travelers no longer need to show a COVID negative test before entering the US. So, before getting on a plane, you no longer need to show the gate agents a negative COVID test. Now, that does not mean that they have not done away with non-immigrant travelers needing to show that they have had the vaccination. So those are two different things. I want to make sure they're super clear. If you are traveling into the US, you are not a US citizen, you no longer have to show that you are COVID negative. However, if you are coming in as a non-immigrant traveler, you will need to show that you have had the COVID-19 vaccination. So two different things, very important so that we don't get them confused. So that was effective as of yesterday. So if you have a ticket and you're getting ready to come into the United States, you no longer have to show that you are COVID negative. The next thing I want to talk about with you all this morning are remote I-9s. So I think we are getting a little bit closer to having remote I-9s. There is a rule currently floating around in Washington, D.C. It's with OMB right now, which is the Office of Management and Budget. They review all rules before they are published. All new rules and regulations before they are published. So they currently have a rule from DHS and ICE, which is the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Division that oversees the I-9 program. They currently have a rule that is looking at flexibility and remote I-9 verification. So we don't know what exactly is in this rule. I'm suspecting, although I don't know for sure, but I am suspecting it will be similar to what we have been allowed to do since the beginning of the pandemic in 2020 in terms of remote verification of documents for the I-9. So I will for sure keep you all updated on that as I have any more information coming in. But right now there is a rule up with OMB in Washington, D.C. So we will see what happens with that. Next that I want to talk to y'all about are individuals who are in the U.S., who are from Cameroon, and who have been waiting patiently for the designated dates. So as of right now, individuals from Cameroon who are eligible can apply for TPS that began July 7th, and it will end December 7th, 2023, so December 7th of next year. What that means is, in order to be eligible to apply for TPS, you need to be able to show continuous residence in the United States since April 14th, 2022, so April 14th of this year, and continuous physical presence in the United States since June 7 of this year, 2022. So if you have arrived in the United States and you're from Cameroon, but you arrived after April 14th of this year, unfortunately, you are not eligible for TPS. So TPS, again, is for individuals that are from Cameroon who have shown a continuous residence in the United States since April 14th of this year, and they have continuous physical presence in the US from June 7th of this year. So that's a little tricky. If y'all have any questions about that, you need help with those applications, feel free to give my office a call, 954-903-1337. And of course, we're happy to help you with that. Now, we have been talking quite a bit about the backlogs that are currently happening at the National Visa Center. They are the liaison between the applicants and the consulates and the attorneys, and they have a pretty rough job, guys. They are getting bombarded from the applicants and and as well as from the attorneys as well. The consulates are reaching out to them, trying to figure out what's going on and when they're going to get stuff, and so they have a really hard job. So just remember, when we are working with NVC, we must keep in contact with them. Regardless of the backlog, we must keep in contact with them at least once a year. So you're asking, well, what does that mean? How do I keep in contact with them? It's not like I can just, drive on up there or shoot them a quick email or what have you. So think of it as any way for the NVC to electronically track your footprint in their system. So here are 5 really common ways that we keep in contact with NVC that continually resets that 1-year clock. Because the reality is that some people are waiting for quite some time to get their cases processed through NVC. So we want to make sure that your case remains active. So a couple of ways that you can sort of create a digital footprint in that system that NVC can track. Pay the fee, right? They can certainly track that. You can submit a document. So whenever you are uploading any of your civil documents, any of your affidavit of support documents, all of that leaves a digital footprint in the system and it is tracked. If you have a question for NVC, you can use their online public inquiry form. That also leaves a digital footprint and tracks you and resets your 1-year clock all over again when you do that. Or you can simply log into your SEAC account. That, believe it or not, resets your 1-year timeline. So you can also complete your Form DS-260. So all of those actions leave a digital footprint in the NVC system. They can see that you've been in. If they've not heard from you in a year, despite the backlogs, despite them not reaching out to you, if they have not heard from us within a year, they will start proceedings to close your case. If your case is then closed, the only way to get it reopened is to repay those visa fees. So it is super important to make sure that at least once a year, you are having some sort of contact that leaves a digital footprint in the SEAC system so that NVC can, in fact, trace you in that system to make sure that you have not essentially said, without saying it, I don't want to move forward with this application anymore. So just remember, 1 year, make sure that you at a very minimum log into your SEAC account. And the last thing I want to talk about has been a change in the diversity visa lottery. So you no longer need to show that you have a passport in order to participate in the diversity visa lottery. So that is an important change. So with the next diversity visa lottery, keep that in mind. You no longer have to show that you have a valid passport in order to participate. So again, I am Carol Williams with Williams Immigration. This is Beyond the Soundbite, where we chat like this every Monday morning. If you have any questions about U.S. immigration, you're looking to hire somebody and they're not a U.S. citizen and you're not quite sure what to do with that or where to go, or you've got a spouse that is overseas and you would like to bring them to the U.S., my office is happy to help you with that. Feel free to reach out to us. We can be reached at 954-903-1337. You can also pop a note in the comments. We do look at those and we do respond. If this has been helpful for you, feel free to forward to a friend that you think would find it helpful as well. So have a wonderful rest of your Monday morning and a fantastic rest of your week. And I will be back here next Monday. Bye.